Today we're going to talk about how do you become a boundary babe. Boundaries are just very, very essential. You can't have healthy relationships without boundaries. They're the limits we have for our mental, emotional, and physical well being. Okay, they protect your time, they protect your energy, they protect your resources. And without boundaries, we won't be able to have healthy relationships, get mutual respect. We won't be able to speak up for what we want. We won't be able to say no for what we don't want. So they're very, very important. And actually, boundaries make you more attractive. I know that might seem shocking, right? But it is. Think about how much confidence it takes to say no. Think about how secure you have to be okay with others being upset with you because you're not willing to upset yourself. You're not willing to disappoint yourself. Like you're no longer willing to put others first at the expense of yourself. Like that takes a lot of confidence and security to be able to do that. So, and what it also does is it magnifies others. Okay, when you set a boundary, you're going to get to see who somebody really is. And that's the beautiful part. And then you can decide what you're going to do because we have no control over others. Okay, the only control we have is over ourselves and what we choose to do. So let me check out my notes. I hope you guys are doing awesome on this Thursday. At any time during the chat, just let me know your thoughts, anything mental health related. Sip, just post it into the chat and give me about 10 minutes to talk, and I will be more than happy to answer your question and give you help in your relationship or in your life. Okay? So we're all about having an amazing relationship and life on this channel. All right. Notes. Okay. So boundaries are your limits to protect your time, energy, and resources. Saying no makes you more attractive to others and it repels the wrong people. What I tell my clients is say no in new relationships with men a lot. Say no as often as possible because this will magnify who you're dealing with. If somebody can't handle your no on the second date, how the hell you think they're going to be 2 years from now? You see what I'm saying? Okay. You have a right to say no to the things that aren't right for you. Okay. And a good man will be attracted to you because of your boundaries, respect them, and accommodate them. So if you're dealing with people who don't like to be told no, okay, it just could simply be that you've kind of spoiled them. Okay. And you can say, I'm just working on taking care of myself. And they will eventually come around and understand. Okay. Because they love you. But the people who should never have been there, okay, they're going to push back and they're not going to like it. And you just have to stand your ground and ride it out, baby. Okay? So the first step is you have to value yourself more than him. Okay? More than others. You have to value yourself more than you value your relationship or your guy. Okay? When you're valuing and putting him first, you're doing so at the expense of yourself. You're saying yes when you really mean no. And all this does is create a dynamic that you're going to be giving and overgiving and giving, and you're not protecting your energy and you're not speaking up when your whole body is like, no, I don't want to do this. You're saying yes, okay, because you don't want to risk him getting upset or angry with you, okay? And eventually you lose who you are and he doesn't respect you and he walks all over you. And we don't want this. I don't want this for you, okay? So we will slowly lose ourselves the more we do this, okay? And we're also teaching others how to treat us by when we're speaking up and saying no, okay? We're teaching others how to treat us. And if we're always saying yes, okay, and they're taking and taking and taking, and we don't know how to say no, and we don't know how to speak up for what we want, what we need, our preferences, okay, then that's not a reciprocal relationship, and you're going to feel used, and you're going to feel unappreciated, not seen, not heard, not valued. Okay. But I'm going to tell you how to turn it all around. So just stick with me. Okay. All right. We have to learn to say yes to what we want and no to what we don't want. Okay. Number two, stop trying to be nice and good. And I really want you to hear this. That is not your fault. All of us women have been conditioned to be nice, to be reasonable and accommodating. Don't be too much. Don't be too loud. And of course, never ever be selfish. That's the worst thing, right? But what we have to understand is being selfless means you don't have a self. Okay? That's a recipe for a very unhappy life, and an unhappy relationship is you're not honoring yourself. Okay? So, and if you're afraid of upsetting others and making others angry, how can you truly speak up and say what you want, what you need, and your preferences? How can we do that? Okay? We have to honor what we want, need above them. Like, we're equals, okay? And we have to say, okay, well, I'm actually up here. I have to start valuing myself more than you because it's my job to take care of myself. And it isn't wrong, bad, or selfish, okay? This is just my job. It's my job. As simple as that. Your wants, feelings, needs, and preferences are more important than your guys, okay? Than your relationship. It's your job to take care of you. It's not to please or take care of him. That's actually mothering. And that actually doesn't feel good to a guy. All right. Number three, when we are willing for our guy and others to be upset or angry or not like us because we put ourselves first and we're honoring ourselves. Okay. Good people will understand and want to accommodate your boundaries. They will. So when you start speaking up for what you want, need, think, and feel, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And this is normal because you're challenging that conditioning and you're saying, no, I'm no longer willing to be reasonable. I'm no longer willing to stay small. I'm no longer willing to numb myself. I'm no longer willing to dumb myself down and shrink myself just so that others feel comfortable and that I'm not going to upset others. Hi, Mir. So we're talking about how to be a boundary babe. Do you want to be a boundary babe? So here's what we have to do. Okay. We have to start saying yes when it's a hell yes. And when you start tuning into your body, okay, you literally notice the feelings and the sensations in your body. Okay. And when someone asks something of you, hey, can you watch my kids? Hey, can you work late? Hey, can you do overtime? Hey, can I borrow your car? And can I borrow $100? And your body is going to have a feeling. Okay. That's how you know if you should say yes or no. So if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. You have to honor that feeling that says, ooh, I feel uncomfortable. This doesn't feel right. Okay. That means no. Boundaries help create relationships based on mutual respect, care, and understanding. So they are very essential. And the more we start honoring and caring and loving ourselves and putting what we want and need above others, okay, the more that we are able to just speak our truth and be honest and vulnerable with others, because that's the connection right there, being honest and being vulnerable. And your relationships will grow and blossom if you're able to do that. If you get caught in this cycle of, okay, I can't risk saying what I want or saying no because my partner could get upset with me. He's going to be angry and I'm just not going to do that. I can't risk that. Okay. Then you're going to have a crummy relationship and it's not going to feel good and it's going to create resentment. Okay. And this is going to eat away all the good feelings and love you have in your relationship for your partner. So once we start, when we're able to start honoring ourselves and putting our wants, needs, preferences, and the things that are important to us as a priority and no longer taking a back seat, it will prevent that resentment. And yes, it will be uncomfortable at first, but what it's going to do is completely change your relationship. And this is how you start getting the respect and the love and the care that you truly, truly do deserve. Hi, Amir. Hi, Brian. Hi, guys. We are talking about boundaries. You guys have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat. I would love to know what they are. So, boundaries are essential to having healthy, good, fulfilling relationships. You're not going to have good relationships without the boundaries. Like, it's just not possible, because relationships are about reciprocity. Okay. They should feel good, they should be fulfilling. And in order to do that, we have to be able to say, this is me, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And that's where the boundaries are. And boundaries also protect your sense of self. Okay. If you can't say no, then it's like you and the other person is just blurry, right? You're basically just there to make them happy 24/7 and comfortable 24/7. Like, that's not a relationship. Where is the you in that relationship? So we have to speak up for what we want and what we need. And in order to get what we want, and to have a mutual fulfilling and satisfying relationship and not lose ourselves. Okay. Who is here tonight? I would love to answer your questions. I would love to answer your questions. Just please let me know. I did a podcast last week about how to stop taking everything on yourself, how to stop basically being Superwoman and trying to do everything and take care of everything. And I was in that role for a really long time. How do you go from Superwoman to step into feeling like a goddess 24/7 all day, every day? And I share that, and you guys are going to love it. So check that out. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. Boundaries are going to help you get the respect and the love and cherishing that you really want. Think about it. The last time someone constantly said yes to you, constantly said yes to you, didn't have a spine, didn't have a backbone, did you respect them? Really? Like, think about that. It's just almost like, man, this person is just like, they just can't speak up for themselves. And in order to get the respect and the love and the amazing relationships, we have to speak up. We have to speak up and value and we have to speak up and value ourselves more than others. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. Please, if you have any questions, just post them in the chat. Let me know where you're from. If you have any relationship questions, let me know. I am more than happy to help. I'm just going to bring up a live video real quick. So, how are you guys doing tonight? Are you guys have any questions about boundaries or your relationship or love? Any of that, just let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Anything? I'll be on for a few more minutes. Let me know, guys. If you guys have any questions, just post it in the chat. I would love to help. Anything related to mental health, relationships, boundaries. What do you guys think? Let me know. And the more you start speaking up, the easier and easier it will become. Any questions? I think I might be frozen. All right, I'll be on for another minute. This is your time to get free coaching. All right, if you guys would like the support, then check out in the description because I have some links for you. There's free ways to work with me and paid ways. So I have a free guide to help you get your dream relationship. And also my playlist for my podcast, so check it out. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing night. Check back with me next Thursday at 6 p.m. Central when I go live to get your relationship, your love, and I'm here to answer your relationship questions about love, mental health, whatever's on your mind. Whatever you're struggling with is what I'm here for. Okay. You guys have an amazing night.